All right. So, where's the microphone? Hey. My word, they're getting stirred up.
Good morning.
Oh, whoa. 1, 2, 3. Stop. What's going on? Just
1, 2, 3, indeed.
fuck, we've got some soft cocks around here, haven't we?
Oh, mate, it's. I really need to do. It's because I'm a lazy fucker, you know. I need to start cataloging this shit. It's happening so fast,
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
and I'm
It gets
like,
out
oh
of hand, and
yeah,
then all of a sudden it's 2 weeks, and then it's like, oh, shuck. Should
yeah.
have
You
done
think,
that. That
oh
would have been good.
yeah, that would have been a good one, yeah. Because that's it. Like I'm like, oh, this place is going to the dogs. Oh, but by the time I finished saying it, it's gone to the dogs. Out the other side, something else is eating the dog shit, and
And
like,
then you
fucking.
go, I couldn't, but I was just sitting there just pissing myself laughing when Lewis is just like, oh, you got to start coming correct around this channel. It's like, it's not even your channel, you fucking knucklehead. Let alone no cunt believes you've even had a fucking kid. Like, fucking
I
hell,
do.
it's
I believe
fucking,
him. I believe
it's
him.
not. It's really not. Nah, don't be fooled. Don't even be sucking in.
Aww.
That's his sister's kid.
It'd be nice if you did, though.
Oh, it would be awesome, but
But I
nah,
think there was a massive
they're
change
living
in
with about
Lewis.
like I think his grandma's like 90 or something. The whole family's like sucking off the grandma's like apartment.
I don't see it like that. I don't see
No,
it
it's
like
true
that.
because in New York you've got like rent control,
Yeah.
but you
Well,
have to have
I
had
don't
the
know.
property for a certain time.
Mm,
Like
yeah.
otherwise,
I've
it
seen
just
Joe's
doesn't.
apartment. I've seen Joe's apartment. I know what it is.
Yeah, it's exactly it, man.
Well, I
Like,
know, but I mean, it's not far off that over here. To be honest, anywhere that's got a pressure on the housing is pretty much like you're
oh,
fucked.
exactly. Like, and that's what I meant. But I don't see anyone else trying to pretend like they've got like a 6-bedroom apartment in London City that they're paying for cash.
He hasn't really done that, really.
Yeah, fucking ass.
I don't think he has. The thing is, I don't see that. I think that, you know, if you're all living in one apartment and stuff, I don't see that as sucking off the grandma. I see that as like your grandma's got them as insurance policy. You know what I mean? That's why you have a family, and then they are there looking after her. So that is
Yeah,
that is
but
humanity. That's how it
but the
should work.
mother's also in the house.
Yeah, but that's how
So
it
that's what I
kind of
meant.
should
Like,
work.
no cunts moved out.
No,
You
true.
can't afford. Like, they couldn't do it.
It's just a different way of life, though, isn't it? That's the way I see that. It's just a different way of life. But I see that as
Yeah.
like that's humans being humans. That's humanity. That's people sticking together under adversity. You know what I mean?
Some cultures tend to do it a little bit more than others.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it
I
depends
know
what pressures you're on, and it could change. You know, coming to a country near you, anyway. Well, maybe not you because you've got so much space, haven't you? So it's like completely foreign to be so cramped up. I suppose that. Although I suppose it's quite like that in the
Not
cities.
really. No, I'm pretty sure our rents are some of the highest in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
That's surprising, isn't it?
Pretty sure. Like, we'd be top 5, probably.
When you've got
Like
so
I'd
much
say
space to build a
London and
house.
New York could be like the top 1 and 2s, and maybe
What about like Tokyo, probably.
I don't know, yeah, maybe it's like center of Japan but I still think it's cheap over there. There's just nowhere. I don't
Oh
know if
right.
it's expensive.
I heard that everything was expensive in Japan. Oh no, but it wasn't though, because when I saw level ones, all those games were super cheap, weren't they? But that was game.
Yeah. Yeah, like I think it may
They were
be
fucking
expensive, but
bargains
not
there.
like expensive in Japan, but not relatively
Yeah,
expensive.
yeah.
Like say Mexico or Thailand or something, like shit may be expensive over there, but
Yeah,
still
like
fucking cheap.
comparatively, it's cheap rent for what they earn, sort of thing.
Yeah. Like I just think there's no space in Tokyo, like Japan.
Mm.
It's just hard. Like you may get a cupboard, but it's
Oh,
not going to cost you
couldn't live
like
in it.
$200 a week. Like,
And it really is a cupboard, isn't it? The things I've seen.
yeah, it's like a stand-up bedroom cupboard.
Oh,
There you go.
yeah.
There's your locker.
It's scary. That's what they want for us. That's what they all want for us. I tell you now. I could go on about Japan for fucking hours, but I'm not gonna.
Well, see, that's like New York's not that far off. Like, it's not so much that I've seen the docos. Like, I've seen the fucking prices. Like, fuck me. Like, it's well over like thousands of dollars a week to rent. But they just break it out to a monthly figure, and then you're like, "Oh, hang on, how's that work out?" Fucking blah blah. It's ridiculous.
No,
Fucking
that's like,
ridiculous.
yeah, they just got everyone by the short and curlies. If someone has got some way of living there in some sort of rent-controlled apartment, I've been giving them fucking top fucking points for managing to fuck the system a little bit. You know what I mean?
Nah,
You've
but
got to
then
exist.
I don't know, because I don't think he's found a way to beat the system. He's just fucking. It's a kid living
Yes.
off his family.
But that's beating the system these days because they want everyone away from their family. They want everyone separate. They want everyone not.
But
You
there's
know,
also a pretty big age bracket. So give it another 20 years, and I don't think we're all going to be sitting in the same position. Where we're now like whatever age we are, but we're sitting here in our own apartments
oh no,
on
not at all.
our own paid for shit,
It's the war of attrition.
sitting
Yeah.
here socializing with our own friends. Like,
Well, that's what I was saying to all these fucking
let's
idiots
see
during
where this cunt
COVID.
is in 20 years' time. Like, what's still sitting there?
Well, I know,
We'll
but
see.
we don't need to worry about it because at the end of the day, you can't really worry about what's going to happen in 20 years these days, can you?
Oh,
That's the way I look
worry
at
about
it. I'm always thinking twice before putting a fucking second coat of paint on my house if I'm
no,
painting,
I
like,
do.
because you never know if the fucking zombies are going to rock up.
So, have we figured out who this Chudley fuckwit is yet?
Oh, he's absolutely desperate to prove that he's not. Lots and lots
Yeah.
of people.
All
But
right.
these
Well, I've
his
seen enough.
comments
I
themselves
know who
are
it is.
they
They're
say
gone.
who they are. I know who it is. I don't know exactly who it is, but I do know. I know
It's
their
one of two
energy.
people.
Do you know
That's
what I mean?
it.
I
It's end
can't
of
name.
story.
Yeah, they've been around for ages. They've been around forever. They came in like, who's this? What's going
Yeah.
on? I don't know anybody.
I
And
don't know. Who's that avatar? I've never seen that avatar before.
yeah, and I reckon it's the same person who used to be saying every 2 minutes, "Have you had your meds?" And then turned around to him and said, "Where is this coming from? This must be something from you. This must be something that people say to you because you say it all the time and it don't come from anywhere or anyone else around here. This like catchphrase that you've got." And I put it down to Cyan, but it's someone who, is that creepy that they'll go around and spend ages saying, "I'm not this person, I'm not that person." You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, there's a few of them though.
Such is
Like,
trolling.
yeah, but as soon as they hear that you are picking names, like the others will copy the other one and shit. So
Yeah, it's no point.
it's a fucking headbanger. Like,
I know the fucking energy, and that's all I need to know. I also
yeah,
know what that they'll just say comments. And the way they act, it's like if they think I'm going and they pipe up, or then they'll back down and stuff. And the rate at which they
yeah,
do
that's the
that,
thing. You got to let them go for a little minute because they then hit
yeah,
their groove, and then it's
yeah,
like, oh, okay, it's that cunt. Like,
yeah, exactly. You know
but
who
as
it
soon as you
is.
start saying something, it's like, you're chasing someone else. Then
Yeah, you know who it is. Oh, hang on a minute. I'll just have to mute 1 sec. I can hear me, my little one putting up back. I can't actually get.
oh yeah. I'm just gonna have a cane anyway, so I'll probably be fucking coughing for the next 5 minutes.
All right, then I'm back in a minute.
So we're back with smoking weed with fucking Red Bull. Fuck yeah. The Sunday edition. Yeah. There you go. Get the 30 fucking percenters up here. Fuck, it's harsh weed. Sorry, not harsh. It's just so strong.
One foot in the grave.
But it's this strain. It's like, I've got other 30 percenters that you hardly even fucking bat an eyelid.
Yeah. Oh. Is it a floral, particularly floral, piquant?
It's like a. No, the other ones are like. It's like a real crystally looking bud, like those, like the old White Widow looking fucking.
Nice.
But
Oh yeah.
it's got like a vanilla-y sort of taste.
Oh, nice, like a creamy.
Kinda, yeah, like a almost
like
a vanilla. Yeah, but yeah, I'd say like caramel vanilla-y.
Oh, nice. The one I've got quite
this
nice
shit.
at the moment.
This face mints. It just tastes like pure fucking pine clean. Like you've just like gone out to the fucking pine, like you're eating pine needles.
Eating a Christmas tree.
Yeah, like it's just pure pine, but it's thick. You know, you get like when you get that strong stuff and it like
this stuff's
coats
strong
your
like
whole
that.
throat.
It gets your throat, yeah.
It feels like it's like dirty resin. This is just like concentrate fucking pine clean on the back of you. It's good stuff, but Jesus.
Well, I'm making a very, very weak one because it's Sunday. So I'm chilling out.
Yeah.
So I'm
It is Sunday, isn't it?
Make it nice and weak today. I want James Campbell to give us a sermon because since there is a James Campbell about at the moment.
I got fucking banned by him, I think. Or was
that
Lewis?
It was Lewis.
Bitch ass.
He said that you'd only been timed out.
I don't give a fuck. I won't go back.
Oh, give over.
Nah, that's Dean's problem now. Moderate your moderators, Dean, you big fucking baldy-headed cunt. Hey, getting the chinless homies are getting kicked out, Dean. What the fuck?
Lewis gets special treatment though at the moment, I think, because he's
about to get fucking roasted up.
He's keeping the fucking Christmas spirit alive. I fucked up with the with the advent calendars and shit, and Lewis is just blasting it out the fucking water, mate.
Yeah, but notice he's still not getting a fucking greatest hit stream.
What do you mean? Greatest hit stream.
Well, Lewis got challenged a while ago to start doing some songs, and he fucking bitched out.
He didn't. He was going to do it. He was well up for. He did do some songs.
Yeah, he was always gonna. He's a was gonna.
No, he did
He's
do
not
it.
a like dude.
No,
he
he's
didn't.
He's nowhere near as much of a gunner as I am. No.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm just talking about. He's 100%. I'm a was gonna.
I don't
But
know.
no. There was probably about 4 or 5 streams where it was like Dean kept highlighting all of Murray's shit.
Did he?
Like just playing all these songs, and like Lewis just went quiet for a couple of weeks. And it's like, dude, like respond. Like we need a response. And he never responded. He's like, oh fuck it. In the chat, fuck this, I'm gonna go do a fucking song, you see who the singer is. And we're like,
done.
Dude, it's like 2 weeks now. Like, where's this big fucking response? And then it just faded away.
But he's done it.
Well, then but this is like a month or so later now. Like, this is
but that's how this shit goes down. Like, it takes a while to do this shit. He would have had the idea then and been like, all right, come.
No, but he only records on his phone, so he could have done it when he done
ages,
these.
Mate. No, it takes ages. Nah. Sometimes it really does take ages.
Nah, not for his little. He's got no production. It would take 5 minutes.
Mine don't have any production. It still takes forever. Me and Lima are doing a song at the moment, and it's like we've done it all, and she's doing one bit of it, and she's doing harmonies over the fucking top and everything, right? But when she did it, it's like half of the song. I'm completely out of time because I tried to do it in one fucking take. But the first half's fine. The second
but
half's
Lewis is meant to be sitting there in front of a studio, so it shouldn't have taken more than an afternoon. But it didn't. It took about a month. And now he's come back with a few of these like jokey songs on his channel, and
they're the best. The jokey songs are the best. They're the best.
Yeah, but as soon as he stops doing them, he's gonna get fucking. He'll be carved up like a turkey.
What do you mean?
Carved up by who? He got challenged a couple of months ago to do his responses, and he never did.
Yeah, but Murray never showed up, did he? Or did he show up in the end?
He didn't need to. Lewis never responded to him.
I thought Lewis was calling Murray out.
No, he bitched out and just disappeared for a few weeks till we kind of forgot about it.
What? That's all that happened while I wasn't even here for any of that because that's when I wasn't doing shit.
Probably not. This was all like last couple of months.
Yeah, that's when I was not being around at all.
Doing a video response in song.
I heard something about the Murray and Lewis thing, but I was busy doing shit, so.
Yeah, no, he talked it up hard for about a week, and then it was like, well, you should just do a response. Yeah, fucking oath, I'll do a fucking response. He was like, see ya. Like, literally 2 weeks without even, you saw like the odd Bob Steen, like a few jokey alts. You didn't see his alt.
Oh, really?
No. And then he just kind of come back and just hope that that wasn't a joke no more. Kind of like his whole, every little time he's been outed, it's something. Just like bails for a few weeks, and then just once it's out of the chat, he just comes back, and then just, once it's only a couple of people, we can just block it. It's done.
Well, I haven't
seen that,
but I've not been around.
But then you have a look at the piss take that, like, Dean then done another Murray appreciation just the other day.
Well, he will do to wind him up.
Dinner's cooking.
Of course you will. Oh, right. That's funny. Oh, my God. Well, for one, I massively appreciate Lewis's creativity. He's one of the only fuckers making anything around here. He's keeping Christmas alive. I love his that QE1, right? The genius of the ending of that song cannot be.
Did he ever address where all his subs are?
Yeah, but no, mate. No one can fucking shout at anyone or ever go at anybody for no sub for sub shit with them lot terraforming over there like they fucking are. Are you fucking joking? All those people were the ones who were pushing that. Have you seen the state? Did you see the state of that chat? And then I went over there, right? Because I saw you were on there, and you'd put like, "How can we fucking hypnotize some more fucking people or something?" And I was like,
I didn't think they got in there.
I would never write anything in there, but I thought, do you know what? I'm going to fucking answer that one of Red Bulls. And I was just like, just buy him in. Right. But oh, look, I'm shadow banned over at Evils. Not just
Yeah, I
banned,
never
fucking
saw the
shadow banned,
comment.
you sad fucking pussies. No, sad as fucking.
Yeah.
To all those sub for sub people, that person who has been slagging me off, who has been threatening to dox me, who has been doing all those things for all those months, that person who is making Ricardo's channel out of harassing a woman can't even answer to it to the point where he has to shadow ban the subject of his fucking, you know what I mean? So that is that a troll community?
Well, that's what I mean. Like, but
Old
we
grandma.
just watched Lewis do the same shit on Dean's channel.
Well, no, because you're there, and then yes, you guys have got a thing going on. Do you know what I mean? And
But
you
trust
might
me,
do a
if I
video
go
about
back
it.
unbanned and start talking normal stuff, like I won't get banned. But the
Yeah.
moment I talk about one or two other things, like
Yeah, but that's completely
it's not
different to
like
what they're
not
doing.
even the owner of the channel is banning
That's
it.
just
It's like a
between you and
viewer.
Lewis having your little fucking troll dance. That's you two touching tips, isn't it? Touching wrenches or whatever.
No,
Well, that's how I see it. You two are always fucking touching tips in your own way, touching troll
not
tips.
real. Like I've always called him out for his bullshit.
Yeah, you guys have
That's
got a thing
about
going on.
the extent of it.
Mm.
I've called out his fears.
It's like the playground. Everyone's got their own the things. It's not even beefs. It's just like a little thing that people have got. Like, you know, you were rabbit ball. You were rabbit ball. You were red rabbit. Yeah, and all that shit. You know, everyone's got a little thing that's not even a beef. Do you know what I mean? You can't call it a beef.
Dude. Fucking.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just a little thing.
Nah.
I know this because people keep trying to do it with me to try and get like in with people.
Yeah.
So, oh, I want a little thing, and you're like, no, you can fuck off like chudders. Like
Yeah,
fucking
and look,
chudders.
to be fair, if there was a little bit more there, I'd probably get into it for you, but I couldn't give a fuck about that cunt. Fuck him. He's a nasty little prick.
Which one?
Lewis. Fuck him. He's a nasty little cunt. I don't like that shit.
Every single person around here is nasty to some level. Otherwise, they wouldn't be.
Yeah, but we haven't seen Lewis yet.
I've seen Lewis.
Oh, I don't know if I have.
I have. I went up against him, didn't I, for a season? I've got a video of him. The first time we met, I've had it out with him. We talked about it. The first time we met, he did what you're saying now. He went in on me big time. He didn't even know who I was at all. And he just went in sick on me for fucking ages. It was hilarious. And my thing at the time, I was still like, even though Evil had got me hook, line and sinker, even though, you know, he was proper brainwashing, the brainwashing going on over there was fucking stupid. And then even with all that, I used to always be like, when I saw Lewis, I'd be like, why has Evil got this fucking beef, this problem with you? Because it seemed that didn't ever sit right with me with Evil, because it just seemed like he had this massive fucking bee in his bonnet about Lewis, and he didn't know him. And Lewis hadn't really gone in on him at that point. And he just really just wanted Lewis out straight away at all costs, like Q did with me. He just wanted to just fence him out straight up. And I just couldn't understand why. And I tried to ask him about it, and he'd just give you some word salad, and you know what I mean? And I'd ask Lewis about it, and he'd get the same bullshit. He didn't know what was going on. But he used to be like, I don't know what's happened. But also, at the time, they were against me, and they were very angry at Evil. So I got some right shit off Lewis. And so I have seen him when he's in full nasty mode and when he's really angered about something. And I don't know what it was he was so angry about at the time, because it can't have been me because he didn't know me, but I think it was Evil, you know.
Was it around the time when he disappeared?
No, we're talking a long time ago when I did that video. It was right at the beginning, right at the beginning when I first fell out with Dean, because actually it was on a stream when Dean and me were still all right at the beginning, when they'd all fallen out and everything, and me and Dean were still having like a bit of a gentleman's agreement going on, and then it all went tits up. But at that time, similar to what you're saying about Lewis now, he came in as Dean's henchman or whatever and just fucking laid into me. Dean was just laughing, do you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
it would just
no,
go
and
on.
that's where I chuckle as well, because I know kind of as well that once that, like, Dean will fucking rip into him behind the scenes, because Dean doesn't need he won't think that he needs a
Well,
protector.
I hope that they don't. I hope they
He'll be
don't
like,
rip them apart.
what the fuck are you doing fucking protecting my channel, motherfucker? Fucking
I don't know. I don't know what their dynamic is.
yeah, they kind of do allude to it, like it's yeah. I don't know. It's like I was saying, like that's one of the places I don't. But I don't know. I think he's on the moment just about to turn into a bitch again, Dean. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
He may just be going down wanting to cut another promo.
Why? What we're talking about? What's going on? Is there something? Is there some movement?
I don't know. No, well, this is fucking coming up to the end of the year. It's different seasons. I'd say he's just about to finish with fucking. Couldn't be getting too much of a feed off Hyatt. Game awards are done.
Mm.
I don't know. Has he got the kid for Christmas? Is he going to be able to make videos?
I think it's getting up to be time to my retrospective. Definitely now the dust is settling.
Yeah, not a lot of kid videos. Like I think the kids told him to fuck off. I don't want to do your shit anymore that much.
Is he?
Times are changing. I don't know. He's getting older. It's not like he's just like the little kid puppet no more.
Well, no, but kids even when they're teenagers are wanting to play games, aren't they? So, I mean, my kid's on it now. Well, he's not. It's for a game that he's playing. He's doing like a background picture. He's doing some art for it. But they'll play games forever, won't they? Now, as we all know, that's not going to stop. You start at fucking 9 years old and you never put your fucking down.
Yeah. Not seeing a lot of Ange either. Is she on holidays?
Maybe she's had enough of all these fucking idiots.
Yeah, I think so.
Boring, isn't it? You know what I mean? Before it was a bit more exciting. They made it into a dead zone. They did.
How many times would she want to talk to fucking King of all buttocks for a fucking afternoon? Fuck.
Got shit on, yeah. She's got other shit to do. She's got her mates to sort of fit into her life. As you know what I mean? We've all got our real shit to fit in. Why would she want to talk to some people who know her fella online for too long? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
But at the same time, it's fucking boring, isn't it?
I
Because
love the internet.
They've ripped it. Yeah, that's it. Just watching it. Watching evil after what he fucking said and what I know about.
Yeah, I kind of figured out the timeline with all that shit too, where they'd just finished doing a stream when he popped in.
Oh, yeah. That was plain and simple. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell was, when you actually look at that, when you look at the fact that like literally a few hours before they'd been doing that and getting so giddy about it and then coming over and being like, oh, let's just watch a video. I mean, come on.
Yeah, no, that was total fucking bullshit.
And talk about trying to wank all over your channel as well.
Yeah, I just hadn't seen that he'd come from a live. Once I sort of stopped all the streams and then was so where was this one? What time was this one? It's like, yeah, there we go.
And it'll be to feed Ricardo. It'll probably be Ricardo's live, I would imagine. Because
I don't know.
That's the only thing that drives them. It's the only thing.
Yeah, well, see, you had that upside down fucking chin turn up. And I don't know.
You had Ricardo at the beginning, remember? So you had them watching you from the start. Ricardo was on it.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you're right. There was Ricardo
from the start. They'd already done it. Yeah. So they were watching you because they haven't got anything else. They were signing the privet probably.
Yeah. The only one that's the odd one out there was the second dude with the camera walking around town.
I never saw that. I never
he's been on a couple of times, but for a while. Like, it's not like he's just popping in.
Mm.
Like, he would generally stay there for as long as the camera's going. Like, but I don't know who that weird. Like, he's a fucking weird cunt. It's good fun.
I'll have to check it out, man.
Yeah, they're like he's in the middle of fucking nowhere. Like, they're nice players.
Interesting, isn't it? How things change.
I'll tell you what there is some fucking there's world-class graffiti artists that fucking been through there. I know that.
Oh wow, cool.
Fucking big time. And I haven't seen him since, but if you have a look on my channel, there's that Aussie hip hop video doco.
Yeah.
There's some of those dudes on that doco have painted that town.
Oh, cool.
Like the
What,
names are all the same. Like it's the same
Frosties
dude.
man. Did the Frosties man do it?
Huh?
Was that the one with the Frosties man in it? Remember the guy
No.
who had Frosties? He had beard.
No, the one like the doco that's like from the 90s.
Oh yeah, with
like the four elements
and all that.
Yeah, with the the rappers, the grappers, the breakdance. Well, they're the breakdancing dudes.
Yeah, so he was the breakdancing dude, wasn't he? The guy with the Frosties. No, he was.
No. He's just some fucking pisshead from Melbourne. Billy Bunt.
He was the one that stood out to me the most. I just fucking loved his fucking thing.
He like gets like halfway through, and then goes and buys the cereal, and comes out, pours the beer into it, and drinks it. No, on the the basic equipment.
I remember that one. Yeah, I remember watching that. Yeah, it was a good one.
In the section where the break dancers are, you got Broken Seas, the B-Boy All Stars, Rapid Fire. They're the graphers. Like they're probably some of the best in Australia, to be fair. Like they are.
Oh, and he's been going around showing the graffiti of his area. That's a cool thing to do. I'd love to do that if it didn't dox me.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, but it's done by like heavy hit. Like they're heavy hitters. Like
they're like actual named pieces. Like
not so much, but the dudes that have done it are the business.
Cool.
A lot of the times you'll see some of their stuff, and it's a bit like it's quick and rough, but it's like you can tell, like, oh yeah, you couldn't have had more than 2 minutes there, and they've like done something stupid, and you're just like, fuck me, like. It's still, you're like, oh,
it's still got another layer on it.
It's not world class, but it's still like, how the fuck did you do that there?
I love that stuff. That's my favourite sort of art, where it's like that's so limited, and they've managed to do the absolute best in that friction.
But when you see when they've got space and time, it's just like, oh, can't. Like, they ran a magazine over here for about 20 years, like a graph magazine. Like,
oh no, and they're still going. They're still going, still on the streets doing their art.
Yeah. Well, they're getting probably a bit too old to do the breakdancing still.
Do they get commissioned?
But they used to do like shows all over the world, like in the breakdancing crew. Like they were called the B-Boy All Stars. Like B-Boy Broke, B-Boy Seas, B-Boy Busk, and like they'd go and do like shows and shit, like before concerts and stuff. Like you turn up to a show and they'd be like, they might do like a half-hour show before the concert or something. Like
so that's how they got known, just by going around and being like well known, I suppose, on the whole scene about doing that.
Well, world-class breakdancers.
Yeah. Like, right.
But this was when it went cold. So if you listen to them in that doco, like they are kind of true. Like they came on strong, like into the 90s. Like Expo 88 was 88, and they were doing big shows then, and they were like mid-20s. But say from the 90s into the 2000s,
there was nothing.
Hardly anyone was like world class.
It's
like
true.
there were probably dudes in America, like everywhere.
Well, just from what I remember from my town is that, like, in the 80s, I remember seeing people walking around with the boom boxes and the liner and all the rest of it. And then, obviously, once I was old enough to actually pay some attention, like, say, the 90s came round and it was gone.
Yeah, it did. Like, you just looked like the fashion was more still there a little bit, like the hats and baggy pants.
It was all taken over by the Turtles or something. Do you know what I mean? And it was like, you can still wear that style, but it has been made into like some franchise or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's been made into like Bart Simpson or something. Do you know what I mean? It's all been like
See, these
Like
dudes were
Luton
doing
Table
head
Tennis.
spins and shit.
Yeah.
They were pretty good. Like, I've seen them twice at shows, and like, they're fucking sick. Like,
I got a video
yeah,
of some guys when I was in London who were doing some cool shit. I'll put it up. They were just doing like a performance piece, you know, like when you go around with the hat afterwards. Well, it wasn't even a hat anymore, it's just a machine and you put your card on it. But I'm like, you wouldn't trust them. I'm just like, well, I mean, just because it's
yeah.
natural,
There's
isn't it?
heaps of footage of those guys on. But yeah, I was just surprised when this dude's like walking around going, "Oh, look, check this out. There's some." Because I'm like, dude, like, he's gone into the toilets, and I'm like, there's no group. Like, how come they're not all fucking trashed and shit? Like, grab a can and start tagging this cunt. And he's like, oh, we'll show you over here, and then go over, and it's just like, he's like, what do you reckon? This, like, what do these say? And I'm like, oh,
Oh,
what the
cool.
fuck?
That's
Like,
a cool idea.
hang on, like, that's a fucking seize. Like, fuck me, cunt. Like, yeah.
Nice.
It'd be like seeing a random Banksy or something.
Yeah, that's it. But the
Like,
thing is,
pretty much to that extent. Like,
yeah,
to us, like,
in your place, yeah, exactly. But also, I was going to ask on that score, like, do they get like commissions and stuff, or is it just street art?
sometimes they did they were for a while.
But sometimes the council gets right into it, and then they'll end up. You'll see their stuff like on the side of all the buildings, and you're like, bloody hell, they own this town. They are literally painting murals on the side of every goddamn building in this town.
Yeah, well, what generally happens is they overquote them. So it'd be like, oh yeah, we'll do it for, say, give us $2,000, and we need like a carton of black, a carton of this, a cart, like, and all these colours, and then they use fuck all paint, and then just go and smash the rest of the town, and then fuck off. See you later.
Yeah. Well, that's a good way of doing it.
I've seen it happen so much.
I've not seen that happen.
Yeah, we've got,
I think they're a bit tighter because
a lot
it's
of our
people who live
areas
here.
on the highways. They do faces.
Oh, right.
Like, as you're coming into a town, or the murals along the, and you'll start to see like a real nice one where it's like all faces, or it's an army scene, or it's a scene relating to the area or something.
Yeah.
And then like over somewhere else, you'll just see like all those same colours, and it's just like a smashed wall. It's like, yeah, they just don't. They keep the paint. That's part of the gig. You get money and you get paint, but you overquote. It's like, oh, just make it a box of this, a box of that. You're only going to use 3, and there's fucking 12 in the box.
Well, I've got a spraying question, which I kind of know the answer to, I think, which is that I need to fucking sand a bit of paint. But I have got a bit, because I've got a little bit here that I spray painted pink, because it's just bricks, but it's bricks with like really thick paint, because it's like a house from the 40s. So it's like had paint on it for years and years and years, but you can still see the ridges between the bricks and stuff. So I sprayed it because I wanted to catch the edges of the bricks to accentuate them. And it's all there, but there's this one bit that is just, no matter how much what I do, it will not stick, and you just end up with like, it's like sunburn. It's just one strip, and I've sprayed over it and I've sanded it, and it's just flaking, but it's only this one bit of the whole wall. I don't know.
You might have to put like a primer on it.
Oh yes, that's what I will do.
Yeah, try that.
It's like wall dandruff, and I've got this little pile of like, it's just by the door, so it's probably because of the weather from the door or something, isn't it? It's probably like because it's colder there or something. But like,
it could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like
sometimes you get those bricks where it's like they've got like melted stuff on them.
Maybe
like they're not just a straight flat red brick or a
like
Besser block.
Sealed.
It's got
underneath.
like molten, like lavary bits kind of on it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Almost like glassy bricks, like.
Oh, when they've been like in a yeah, they've got that glaze on the top of it.
Yeah, it must be like a style of brick. Like, it's not the usual stuff. And sometimes there's not very much on it, and then sometimes there's like a big splotch where it looks like they've just like put glass or something across the top. It's like a funny bluey color.
I think that might be when they're ones that would have been glazed that didn't get glazed, and just a little bit.
Glazed brick. Like, I don't know. I'm not a contractor like that, so I know
No,
Besser blocks and red bricks. That's about fucking the extent of
I think
me.
it's red bricks under here. But it is. I think it's
Yeah.
to do with this the temperature, because it's like literally where the draft from the door hits that bit of wall. But yeah, it's like my brother got.
Have a look for some different primers, because sometimes they've got like different stuff in them.
Yeah, I think that might be the thing. It wants to be something that will really catch the paint. It's just in that one bit. It's really annoying.
A good primer undercoat. It has got. It's not just paint. It looks like it's just grey paint, but it's not. There is different
Got stuff
stuff
in
in
it,
there.
hasn't it?
It's
To
like,
catch the paint. It's like
there's
sand and
glues
stuff.
and shit in it, and fucking like, yeah.
Yeah, like when you get the external paint, which is probably what that is. It's probably just because it's so close to the door, and I do have that door open a lot, that it's probably wants external paint on that little bit or something.
Yeah, give it a go.
Yeah. But I found a load of spray paints in the loft, all those ones I said that my friend left. And I thought they'd all have like been half used with block nozzles and stuff, but I've not. I've saved all the new ones, and there's some green, bright luminous green. There's one purple and a load of pink.
I should go grab me bag and just run through the names. They've all got cool names these days.
Oh, have they?
Like
These are probably old.
New York City subway blue and shit. Like smiley face yellow, fucking Boston green.
Oh, these are just called like fluorescent pink. That's it.
Jaws, and it's like shark grey.
Oh,
like
no.
a white pointer shark grey, and they just call it Jaws.
I love murals. I like my favourite. I like graffiti because it's a mural, but it's murals in specifically that I like. I just think they're great. Just why not make the space nicer? Why not use the space you've got instead of just having it all in books on dusty shelves where no one's ever going to see it or can't really express it? Just put it on the fucking side of a building.
Yeah.
What we've got.
Yeah, I don't know why they like. I can see a little while ago where it was a little bit off tap, but now where there's like more people and just there's more of everything. Like, I think somehow if they could make it so that it wasn't so permanent, like somehow like you could have like legal cans where it's like that, the snow spray.
Oh, yeah.
Like the snow spray you do on windows.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's there, but as soon as you fucking like, if you don't touch it, it'll stay there for ages. But if you wipe it, it's just straight off. Or if you wash it, it's just straight off.
Yeah, something like that.
Somehow, if they'd done like a range of that sort of shit with the full colours,
then everyone
and you could just
do
like
it.
go ham, and next time it rains, like chalks, like
Yeah.
cans of chalk or something, and you
Yeah,
could just go ham.
chalk.
And it's like if you got fucked on using those, you wouldn't get fucked on.
Yeah.
But if you got fucked on using a real can, then you're gonna get fucked on. I don't know. It'd be kind of cool. Like you'd see some colourful shit.
You would, but
and then it would like it'd kind of promote it, because it wouldn't. A lot of the times, like those nice murals, like you don't want to go over them because it's like it's done by someone good, or it's good, or it's like it's been paid for. But you get some pretty wild
usually the
shit
business
for
is paid
free.
for it, hasn't it? Normally.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't think they ever would. But
I'm just trying to work out how that would work as a thing. Like chalk coming out of a can. What sort of effects you'd get off that compared to your standard
maybe
paint?
not even like chalk, like just paint that just didn't hold, that like held, but then just like that snowy. I just keep thinking that snow stuff, like that's a nice
like a foam almost, like a colourful foam that just sits on top and kind of hardens
Well,
a bit.
kind of. We used to mix up our like, so you had like a black and a white, and you'd mix them up, and you could make a grey in a can, and you could put more black into it and have it like a darker grey, or put more white and have it like just barely a grey.
Custom
Like
cans.
I've never tried putting paint into those snow cans. Like they're different.
Oh my
But
god!
I don't
How
know.
would
Like
you even
maybe you
do
could
that?
like color that and then just hit a window.
Yeah,
And then just wipe it straight off. But they're all different colors. Like
I think the colouring would affect the chemical.
probably, yeah.
You know, like
Like
red.
paint
I'm just
with it.
thinking with a red version of that, it'd just run, wouldn't it? Because
Well, either that or it'd hold and it'd just be like a dusty red or something. Like
yeah, they'd all operate
yeah,
differently.
you get like those
with
texture
paint.
paints where they look like brick, or you
Oh
spray it and it
yeah,
looks
the
like
spray-on
suede.
stuff that you have to keep it heated up. That stuff. Oh,
Yeah,
the suede paint. That's mad shit. That innit?
yeah.
My friend
Like
did
we
that
got
on a wall. It's fucking mental.
yeah. It actually looks different. Like it doesn't look flat. Like there's something to it. Like
yeah, it's not just the really matte paint. I don't know what it is.
You can get a brick one like that too. That's got like a bit of sand or something in it, and it's like it kind of looks a little bit like, oh, hang on, like that's not just a white wall. You just do them as a feature wall, kind of like one section.
I really
of
want
a
to do the
wall.
flocking thing at some point, where you do it with electromagnets, is it? I think something like that. And you just basically get your glue and spray whatever it is you want to spray, and then you put the dust on it, that fluffy dust that they had in the 70s. My nan had the wallpaper, and then you set the magnet or whatever it is going, or it's like a static thing, and it generates static, and it just all sticks to the thing, and that's how you get the flocking. And I'd just flock everything if I had a flocking machine, man. I'd be flocking the fucking banister. I'd be flocking the front door. I'd be flocking everything, all the fucking street furniture. I'd go outside and flock the lamppost outside. I fucking would as well. Bright pink. I'd flock the lot.
I was just gonna say, we just had a fucking player 3 enter and leave.
Who was it?
Big Signal.
Oh,
So
if you want to chat to him, I will bugger off. If he wants to come on Signal, if you want to come on, I do have to bugger off soon anyway. So if you want to do that.
I don't know. The cunt from a fucking bar or so.
I know, but it's funny, isn't it? It's all a laugh, though, isn't it? It's all a laugh.
Yeah, I'm famous.
You've got your crew of like weird Australians. You've
No, I
managed
don't
to
know
collect
where
them
that
all.
fucking Eskimo-looking fuck's from. I really don't. It could be Slotham.
Fuck off.
Could be.
That is not Slotham. Don't be
Could be.
daft. What, he came from Slotham's?
He could be Slotham.
He ain't Slotham.
I don't know. He could be.
He'd have to be putting on a very good voice, wouldn't he? And also, you've seen his face. You've seen, like, you can see him now. He's showed.
Yeah, and I could see if he had like a balaclava on that, maybe.
Fuck off, looks nothing like him.
Could be his younger brother.
Maybe. You never know.
Could be his older sister. I don't know.
He's been around. He's one of them, innit? He's another one. I don't know who anyone is, but he's been around forever, that guy. He's been around since, like, he might be post-Amico, but, like, I mean, that was a long time ago now.
Yeah, that's starting to be a bit of a stretch. Like, oh, hang on. Yeah, no, remember me? I was there with the Amico. Oh, hang on. That's fucking 6 years ago. I can't remember.
Well, now we've got the whole new lot in, haven't we, over there? None of them are going to remember
me?
that.
I was back there. I just did this alt, remember? Remember me like 5 years ago? And I did an alt once.
I wonder if Tommy's having fucking masterclasses for the new ones to get them up to speed so that they can stroke his cock over it still.
Like a little cheat sheet where it's like you've got like points you've got to do.
You got to get in here and you got to know about all this shit, because otherwise they won't be able to put their same old record on again and again.
if we do catch you with a broken rule, like we will fucking be pulling you to the side and
No, I
taking you
suppose they
to the
don't need to
office.
do that though. They don't need to do that because they've already scoped it out so that it's people they don't even need. Do you know what I mean? They just know that people just come up and go, sick level, man, and then go,
Oh, fucking what joypad are you using for fucking this? Fuck, that's playing smooth. Fucking, where'd you get your joypad?
Again and again and again, forever and ever and ever, amen.
So clear. What HDMI cable are you using, bro? Fuck. So clear.
Sick as fuck, mate. Sick as fuck.
Yeah, it's a weird little place, gaming, isn't it? It's like, and you know what? I think because it's been so shit for the last fucking, let's say 5 years now, even
More.
a bit longer.
Since before COVID, but COVID definitely. What did
COVID
it was
kicked.
fucking Animal Crossing, did it, mate? I swear to God, I sensed it coming. It was like when the Spice Girls turned up. And I knew I could
you know
smell
what
it
else
coming.
fucking didn't help? Like the prices of PC parts.
It was all together.
Like, for like when everything was all good and normal, like, and PCs were still expensive, but not outrageous. Like, the consoles were like always second fiddle.
Mm.
And I don't personally, I don't think that's the same no more. Like, top-notch PCs are fucking so expensive, whereas like 5, 6, about 12 months before COVID, it was getting dear, and then it was starting to come, like, it cycles. It always gets dear, and then it gets cheap, and then it gets dear.
Or it did for a while, as long as we were alive. But things are going to change, aren't they? Because
But it's like they just kept getting
deflated.
dear, and it's like we just went to the next generation graphics card was just double the price.
Yeah.
And that just wasn't like that before. Like, the new one would be expensive, but you might be talking like a third of the price on top. But you also then got a big jump in your performance. All of a sudden, we then start hitting graphics cards where the next one is double the price for like a little bit of improvement. It's not worth it. You're better off to just go and drop the $800 on a fucking PS5 and just that's your current shit now.
Fucking hell. It's so
You can't
interesting.
even get you can't even get your processor for under $800 if you're going to build that sort of computer.
There you go, innit? How do you shut down communication? This whole generation of kids, my kid was like the only one who could use a mouse and keyboard because I just made sure from the start, I was like, you ain't having no tablet. You can have a bit of time with me going on Pain on my laptop and going on these little kiddie games and stuff. And that's what we did when he was little. There was no fucking tablet. And so all his mates are just like, trying to poke screens and shit all the time. All they know how to do is that. A bit better now. But like before, and it was just like, he's doing shit on Paint now. Well, he probably isn't now. He's probably watching some stuff I've told him not to watch on YouTube, to be honest. I'll go and check in a minute.
Oh, that's the worst thing you could have done. Don't watch this. Oh, yeah, no, I promise I won't. First search is just fucking straight to that.
It's usually people pretending to be, today we're going to fill the house with packing pearls or whatever, and it's
and it's like a half-hour video and they never get to it.
But they're like 21 pretending that they're like 9, like a load of people we know who are like 40, 51 pretending that they're 9.
Same style of YouTube we've got here.
Yeah. Well, not exactly the same, because it's even more toxic on that side, because you've got the side where it's just like, who can subscribe the fastest? Who can join the Patreon the fastest? Do you know what I mean? Like these little kids and
remember there was that dude that they used to pile on there was like a UK guy that was doing all those sort of videos. But there was 2 of them. And it was like always like the thumbnails were like big smile, like the big faces, but the content was getting bad. It was like, watch me like contact my ex-girlfriend's ghost and shit. Like,
yeah, I won't be surprised. Yeah, they do all shit like that because they get
and like you look at the numbers and it's like they'd be making bank off it because it's like millions of views 3 times a week.
And people don't even know. In fact, I'm going to go and check just to see. Just check on him just in case.
Here comes Mum.
What are you watching? Okay, that's all right then. All right. He's a sanctioned YouTuber. He's allowed. TFG. He's all right.
I've never really even thought of that. Like, really, the difference between the touchscreen generation too. Like,
Yeah, it's like shutting down communication.
because
So,
we picked up a couple of new dudes in the last couple of months, and it's like, cunts can't even like.
They can't even
You
read a
have
real
to say
plot.
to them, it's like, dude, like, we leave each other. Like, I work with an older fella than me,
Yeah.
and it's like, we leave each other notes. Like,
Yeah.
I may not see him for a couple of days because he's on days off, but I'll leave a note for when he's coming back.
Yeah.
And shit like that. Like, I just fucking check this, check that, or I did this. Just little notes, like, or even a fucking your team suck balls, fucking whatever. But these cunts are leaving note, and it's like, I can't fucking read it.
Really?
I can't fucking read it.
You
It's
know,
like,
you're old when, did it? Fucking hell, we're old.
I'm like looking at this note, and I'm like, what the fuck is this cunt? Like, what the fuck?
What is it
It's just like spider writing.
Oh, wow.
Like, it's like this tiny little fucking.
They haven't. They haven't.
But it's like, it's messy. But you know when you do like little tiny like cursive, and it's sort of hard to read. This is like cursive, but then like they'll drag the G down like 2 inches, and it's but the printer's like 0.5 millimeter, like tiny little fucking spider letter. Like, say they write going, they'll write G, and then like there's a big drag down on the bottom, but back up through the top, and then it's like this tiny little ON, and then it's like another like, but it's not neat old person's cursive. It's like young person's like, I can't fucking use pen and paper. And then there's this other kid that's like, they're big letters, and you can see they're like maybe something you'd get out of like a primary kid, like they're wobbly letters.
Whoa.
There's no straight lines, but they're like, it's like, oh fuck, like, okay, like this is fuck me. But then you watch them in emails, and they're perfect emails.
Exactly.
They're perfect text, but you put the pen on the paper, and it's like,
mate. And when they
this
take
cunt
it
can't do
away,
it. Like,
when they take that shit away, everyone's lost it, haven't they? Maybe that's one of the things. It's like, look at what they did in the olden days. It's like with the last.
See, that's a big part of what I like. I keep it old school, where we've got pretty accurate digital records, but there's nothing like just having it on paper as well.
Right, a humble piece of paper will save your life.
Yeah, like say, you know, the fucking hard drive fucks out, the fucking computer doesn't turn, fucking monitor's fucked.
It's
I've
a
still
slow
got my
process.
paper, and
I
I
really
can
wouldn't
just
be
go and
surprised if this
have
whole
a
thing,
look
right?
at this, but they can't do it. Like,
think about it, right? When it all came up and when the computers and everything turned up in the 90s and whatever, and it became like a thing, that would have shocked those guys who thought they had everything under control, and they, you know, the ones who were running the rackets and shit. That would have shocked them so much. I know I'm just stating the obvious, but that like absolute scrabbling energy that we've been feeling for those last few fucking decades is them going, how do we fucking tie this down? How are we going to tie this down? And what we've experienced for the last few decades is seeing them doing it. They're just tying it down so they can use it, but we can't use it. And it's just going to take a really long time. And that's what they're doing, and they're doing it slowly, aren't they? But what you're saying about things being more expensive,
I know what you're saying, and that
giving
hurts
us
with,
I mean, Billy Gates giving us the fucking option to have a fucking console and just be like, duh, instead.
I completely get that too. Like, because it's all good. Like, I found the same thing when because I had a pretty good music collection, like CD and like cassettes, but also videos. Like, I used to buy like bands used to put out videos.
Well, like you were saying about photos as well.
Well, photos, but like CDs, tapes, and videos. Like, I had heaps of good ones, like concerts, like where they've like. Well, bands used to put out like I had hate like.
But would
the
you watch
Cypress
them
Hill
now?
video where it's like, yeah, but you can't find those clips now.
I know, that's it. I've been watching a lot of Stuart Millard, and he's
same as like I remember having
cool.
the Ice-T OG video, and that's like got all these film clips on it, and you can't really find all of those on YouTube anymore.
Yeah, it's just tiny little things like this guy he puts up old. Oh, it's right, good old UK 80s and 90s shit. I'll send you a link to his channel. It's so fucking funny, mate. I tell you what, I have been enjoying his stuff, right? And he did a Christmas one recently that is just so fucking funny. I'll send you the link to that one. But his thing is like,
that's what I found with music. It's like I packed it away because like I was downloading fucking heaps. I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna pack all my music and shit away, and I'm gonna re-download it and get it
yeah,
digital.
exactly.
And because I was starting to like rip all the CDs, and I'm like, oh, this is fucking boring. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
and then rename it. Fuck it, I'm just gonna download them.
The way to
I
do it,
couldn't
isn't
find
it?
like you could find it once, and then sometimes it's like I could never find them again.
That's
And
it,
it's
and
like,
everyone's
well,
got rid
that's
of
now
that shit.
But
But there's
I'd
whole
say
things.
that will be the same as like records and hit. Like once your hard drive's fucking gone, if you can't make that analog, or if you haven't got the analog copy of that, it's now gone. Like,
well, it's just
so
even just the case that like you're much less likely to play the music, whereas in the past I would have just put a CD on or something, had some music on in the background. There aren't any CDs to put on, and I haven't got a CD thing to put it in. So like, you're going to have to put it on
it's sad. I haven't
the
got a
thing I've
CD.
already got.
Yeah, I haven't got
But
a
he's
thing
on there
to actually
watching.
put.
Yeah.
Well, other than the PS4, but I haven't
I have
actually
got a
pulled that
digital
out since I've
radio.
moved. But
So I could put that on, I suppose, but I just don't even think to do it. And it's like, because that's how it happens, because it's just manipulating the human race so that they just do it, not that they get forced into it. You just end up doing it because it's easier, and you just get conditioned into it. And then the next generation don't know any different, do they? So
no.
today I'm going to do a musical education for my kid today. I'll make sure I do.
But then that's the thing. Like, I wouldn't even know the price of a CD these days.
No, or even how it works with the charts and stuff. But the thing I was going to say about the Stuart Millard thing is that he does all this cataloguing of old fashioned, all the 80s and 90s shit, right? But he's like, the whole of the series of, like, say, Big Breakfast. Do you remember Big Breakfast? Did you get Big Breakfast with Chris Evans and all that?
I think we had our own sort of versions of those.
Yeah, so that sort of shit, right? All that shit, we had Pebble Mill, we had Good Morning, and all these like daytime things that were just on all day, every day in the 90s. And like, he's like, there's just none of it online because no one recorded it. You get like a tiny bit on the end of a video off someone else at some point.
Yeah.
But none of that has been recorded for posterity at all. All of that stuff's gone, and that was like,
some of the TV studios may have, but then
they're not going to
also I
release a
think
lot of it.
the UK were pretty ruthless. Like, where you guys didn't give a fuck about, like, you did have some stuff, and they do record it, but there was a while there where they were just like they were over record, like,
yeah.
Once things were full, they'd just go, oh, fuck it, just re-record
Yeah,
over it.
re-record it, especially the live stuff like that.
Yeah,
Big
it's
Breakfast.
like, isn't it like there's all the Doctor Who's and shit like that?
Well, I don't know. Oh yeah, there's a load, isn't there? A load of that shit that
Where it's lost because they recorded over it. Like,
yeah.
And then I think there was
something like that.
There was a big fire, like,
yeah.
not like your big London
shit.
fire of fucking 18 years. I think there was like a fire in the BBC or something, and they lost a fuckload of shit.
Yeah, I remember something about that.
And
yeah, so it is. It's all gone, like, and so like it just blew my mind a little bit to think about all that stuff that was just constantly there, all the way through the 90s. I remember it like day in, day out, and then it's just like now no one's even going to have ever seen it. There's no record of it, really.
Yeah, same as sport. There's a stack of sporting games that, like,
because it's
they
that long
were recorded and stuff, but because it's now gone, they're now lost. Like, the scores are there, but it's rare. You get clips, you don't get the whole game.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be. That's what they want for us for the future, and it's going to be that. But everyone's going to be on the console. It'll be like this little grey unit that's dished out by the fucking government. Do you know what I mean? Eventually, or whichever person's running the racket at the time, they'll dish out their fucking thing, and then you're just attached to that, and then you just have what they tell you. You watch what they tell you on the Netflix. You play what they tell you on the Game Pass, and that's all there is to it. There's no going back. There's no nothing. So you just have what you have. And then
I
it's
remember
like
having this idea when I was younger that over here, like, if we just had a fucking if we kept everything else in line, like in the system, but our prime minister, if we just had, I suppose it'd work in the UK too. If, say, your prime minister, we just had like a guest appearance and you got a week, and it was just like a fucking lucky dip amongst the people.
Wow, it
And
takes
it's
some
like,
fucking organising though, that wouldn't it? Jesus
yeah, it
Christ.
would, but it was just a thing. And it's like you're gonna get your call on the Sunday night, Monday morning you turn up,
Jesus
and
Christ.
it's like some
Chaos.
fucking, you walk out your door Monday morning and the limo's there, bang, off you fucking go, and you get dropped back off next week. But anything goes to an extent. Like, you can't just like
Jesus
rob the
Christ.
fucking country, but to an extent, that person gets to do some shit for a week.
No, I disagree. I don't
And
want.
I think within a week they couldn't do that much damage that the bad stuff would be then
Exactly.
flushed
So
the
it's.
next week. But anything good,
I
they could
suppose.
make that
Yeah,
happen in a week.
it
But
makes
you
sense.
still kept the rest of all your cabinet and your Senate and your upper house and lower house.
Yeah, I
But you
get what
just
you're
had
saying because
someone
it
that just
cuts
went,
through the
right,
bullshit. It
fucking,
really does because it is
what's
like.
going on? Do this. Like, why are we doing it? Fucking hang on. Like, but at worst, they're only going to do a week's worth of damage. And they can't be any
And they
worse
can't do
than,
anything. They can't do anything anyway. You're right, because it's just they are just the voice piece, and they are just the they're just like the pantomime horse or whatever that they trot out.
kind of, yeah.
So it's
You
like
may get some good come out of it, but you're not going to get any bad. And it's not going to be any worse than
the
what
narrative
actually
of whoever's
happens,
playing the
where
part that time, like who they've
the
got to play.
person that wins get their couple of years.
But for
And
that to work, then people would have to be real about politics, and the prime minister or whatever hasn't
maybe
really
there's
not
a
that
set pool
much.
that, like, maybe there is a set pool of like 1,000 people it could be, or
Yeah,
10,000
exactly.
people, or
Well, it's not even that. It's just like people would have to get over the delusion that the prime minister has that much to do with anything, and that it's not all in the backgrounds, that is completely unchanging at all times, and that the only thing that ever changes is the voice piece. And people would never ever admit to that because they're too invested, and so they'd be like, well, the prime minister's got all this control, so they're so important, so how can we swap that
But
over?
then there's also the chance that, wait, my number might come, it could be me next week. Yeah, I don't know. It was, that's what I'm saying. I was fucking way young when I thought of that.
Yeah, man. I used to
Like,
have a thing where I was like,
what
if
about?
I was the queen, I'd make it birthday, everyone's birthday it was, but have like a day off, and if it was your birthday, every day for whoever, because every day there's someone's birthday in it, and I'd just be like, it's
Pretty
a massive
much.
party to get everyone back for fucking Christmas, and just be like, we've got to do birthdays for like ever, for as long as I'm in charge, and it's just gonna just piss you off and do your head in forever.
I've never worked for the company that's given a fuck about birthday. Like, bosses have let you have the day off and stuff, but I know there are some companies here where you get something on your birthday.
No one should
Some of the
really have
bigger
anything on their
companies, it's like
birthday, you know what I
they're
mean? Like,
starting to acknowledge that. Like,
but even so, it's like, as long as you can get the day off on your birthday, that's enough, innit? Like, what else do you
some
need?
of them, I've heard of bigger companies that would just like you auto rostered off on your birthday.
That's pretty decent. I'd do that. I'd do that because it's just like it's your birthday present, isn't it? That's it. That's the least you can do when you're giving them something. It's not even going to cost you anything really. It's just a bit of extra effort sorting the rotor out, innit? It's just that's cool. I like that. That's human. That's a human thing. I like that.
And how they figure it is that particular place. There's like a room where everyone walks through before you go to different spots, and there's just like a big notice board, but then there's month things near it, and everyone puts their name in their birthday month. Like, when you kind of come on, you just like put your little fucking, you find something that's you, and it's like, well, I'm fucking sticking that there. That's me. And then they'll, like, when the rosters come around, it's like, oh, fucking, all right, what date's your one on that section? Like, so you can't claim a few.
Yeah, no, that's cool though. No, that's good communication. I like it.
Just like pull a February birthday and then try to pull a November or something.
Nah, you never get away with that these days. Bloody hell. Back in the day, maybe. I doubt it even then.
Oh, they used to. They'd get it through the roster, but then they'd catch up with it on payroll.
Exactly. You'd get found out eventually, even in the olden
I
days.
think they ended up saying someone else moved it, and then they're like, "Yeah, but you told us that like you wanted to take Friday off your fuckwit." Like,
it's good as well. That's it. That's the beauty of having these conversations, keeping the conversation, the communication open. You get to find out about your workforce. You get to find out these little things that they might try and pull and things like that. Do you know what I mean? It's like that's how it goes. If you shut everyone down, if you shadow ban everyone, if you stop at all the communication, you're just never going to know who you're working with or who you're dealing with.
yeah, that's it.
If you want to get something done, that's all well and good, isn't it? But if you want to actually achieve something, then you're fucked.
See, some of that's just different styles of business too. Like different schools teach different shit. Different generations learn different
Definitely.
shit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, they learn how to do it all different ways, and
people try and break the mold as well, don't they?
like
over time.
Some of the main fucking, you see it everywhere. It's like, we've got to make money. How do we do it? We cut back.
I was
We
just going to
look
say,
at it and it's like, right, this
money is such a
person's wage is
driving
going to,
force.
let's say it's 50 grand a year for that person. We sack 4 of them, we save 200 grand. And that's just straight paper cuts. But it's not, it is like, and then when you're just trying to like make a budget and things like they work, like that works, that is, the maths add up. But it's still not, it's just a different way of running. Bit like there's other, like, okay, we need to make money, right? Let's do another product.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, we don't have to cut back 2 people to save 100 grand. Let's develop another product and let's make 100 grand.
Exactly. I think that's where it gets mixed up with between what the idea that you're selling and the actuality of what you're selling. Do you know what I mean? And I think that disparity
not all
between the
business
two
is the
things.
same, but some of these business schools, like, they come out with a generic like plan. It's like an education. Like, you get this, you've ticked your boxes, now you got your degree, now go and run a business. But they're not all the same. That's where like they'll cross industries and shit, and it's like, really, they've learned how to run, say, a fucking supermarket, but now they're in a warehouse. But because it's, I've had
it gets
500,
complicated as well. Because
I control 200 people, so this place is only 50, so I should be sweet. Plus I'm fucking Freemason's mate with this guy's uncle, and
yeah, it's a mix
but
between.
when you're seriously like running businesses and things like that, it's like it's not all the same. And
no,
some of those ideas,
that are
like,
going to
they
fly
really
more than
just
others,
come from the big dogs, and that's where it just flows through. Like,
yeah,
things
exactly.
like McDonald's do will filter all the way through, like, not even just their industry, like just the whole, like, everywhere will know about colors and making people hungry, but a lot of the really ruthless side of business, like, it's come from like Toyota. So the car manufacturing, because that's been one of the biggest ones where was people driven to then compute, like robot driven. And like probably the earliest, like high precision, like, and Toyota, like, were big dogs, but there's styles of business that like have filtered through, and it like KPIs and shit. That's Toyota. Fucking things called like lean management and like adjust, like, they produce according to waste, not according to like consumer demand and stuff like that. Styles of business like all Toyota, Japan, fucking, but from cars, automotive industry. And if you have a look, like, none of them are fucking, like, no country's really got a stable automotive industry.
No.
Like, it's one of the worst, but it still hangs in there. Like, there's big money in there. It's like they know if they turn it around for a few years, like launch a fucking new car, there's billions in it.
Yeah.
But then on the same time, it's not really people. It's just you need the equipment, and then you can fucking build a car. So the way you need to run your, like,
Oh man,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
makes me want to play
pretty
Universal
fucking.
Paperclips big time.
Toyota's
Mate.
like an interesting study. Like yeah, it's fucking crazy.
I might do a stream later and do Universal Paperclips. I want to do it all the way through in one stream because I don't think it saves.
Yeah,
The same
that
thing.
lean that
shit.
blew me away. Where it's like to produce more, you like it goes off your wastage.
That's what I mean
So
about
it's like
the
we won't
idea. It's
produce this.
they're selling an idea in that sense. What I mean, it's like the ideas that you've just said. You know, it's where that smoke and mirrors, and it goes into when I had my kid, just like getting flashback to when you're kind of like confused and wondering what's really going on because everything's telling you one thing, but everybody knows that it's another thing, and everyone's operating as if it's like I've said before, like, yeah, that person is going to sell you something that's going to kill you if you eat it like too much.
Yeah, and
Like,
if the
even though
maths
they're
add up,
smiling at you
like
and they're dressed up all nice and it looks like a teddy bear and all that shit, and it's like all that stuff's like fucking with your head at a really young age, to the point where everyone's just like, you don't know what's good, you don't know what, but you kind of think you do, but you don't want to go too far thinking what you think you know
no,
what's good,
and
because
surely
then you'll
like
be
those.
accused of being a conspiracy theorist. But
Yeah,
we're all
you're right. And
supposed
look,
to
that's probably
hang
some of the
around
advantage
underneath
that.
this fucking veil all the time and just like act as if it's normal.
Yeah, you're right. And look, that's probably some of the advantage that these business guys, like your bosses and your things like that,
Well, they drove it,
have,
didn't they, in the
because
first place?
they've had that exposure since the end of high school. So once
Yeah.
they then go to university, they're
Well, they know what
preparing to
flies.
be
Yeah,
that one where
exactly.
when we sit at a desk and we're yelling at each other, I walk away winning and you walk away crying and losing your job.
Mm.
You know, like they've got that. Whereas like lawyers and doctors and things, like they're generally smarter.
Mm.
Like if you're gonna chase the dollars, like you don't chase it to go to business. It's like you're probably the more dumber cunt out of that room
More egotistical in
when
some
you're
way.
talking
But
with
I
like
don't know.
lawyers and doctors and all
I
that
don't know,
stuff. And
because like
then
a lot of that stuff's like comes through the family, doesn't it? Like you're just not your dad's a doctor, so
it
you're
will,
going to
but
be a doctor,
yeah, but it
and that's
also
it.
then there is at the end of the day in that intellect, what like there is that the smartest cunt in the room shit, like, and that
Oh, mate,
won't
there's some
be.
right weird stories that you get from anyone who's in a position of power. I watched a thing about. I think it turned
Yeah,
out to be
but
a
what I'm
hoax,
saying is
actually.
the industry that person will always generally fall into is legal.
Mm.
The smartest person in the room won't be a fucking
Mhm.
doctor or a psychologist or a surgeon. It'll
Mhm.
be his lawyer.
Mhm.
Because they may be able to remember the same things once they sit down and study it, but once they're on their feet and they're talking and it's muscle memory in the brain,
It's just being
and
quick in it, yeah.
yeah, and high level, who's got the smarter brain on the spot on your feet, it'll be his lawyer.
Mm. True.
And it won't be that lawyer's coffee shop owner, Starbucks fucking owner. Like they will be very smart people and they'll be sitting back making millions doing fuck all, which is pretty smart to an extent.
Yeah. Smarter than me.
But yeah, in that brain, like doctors are pretty fucking like smart. Like you have to be smart to pass all the medical and to get there.
It's
But
all
then they
nature nurture
can.
as well. It's like your opportunities, the influences you have, what interests you. If you
You're
know,
right, and family too. Like you come through a
yeah,
family of like doctors, you're probably going to be there
you
yourself,
go
aren't
to
you?
a
Seems like.
museum and there's a exhibition about the human body and it gets you interested, and that's it. You don't go to that exhibition, you end up being something else. You know,
Yeah.
years down the line, it could just be that.
Yeah. Look, and really, I'm just relating that more back to that psycho scrabble for money and
Mm,
power and like whoever's got the most in the town. Like,
yeah.
yeah, dentists and doctors and surgeons and stuff
No,
probably go.
landlords, mate, landlords.
But somewhere along the line, like you're still opening up some cunt's leg to go in there, and or a dentist, like you're opening someone's mouth.
Mm. That's what I
I'd,
used to be really
I'd
good friends
rather
with
be his
dentists.
lawyer and just
I
sit
don't
back
see
and
it anymore.
fucking represent.
Yeah, well, the dentist who I knew was like, that's what his dad, who was a dentist, always told him. He was like, it's a you get loads of respect for this job and everything like that. And he was like, but don't ever forget that what you're doing is putting your hand in manky people's manky mouths. That's your job. Don't forget that.
Yeah, but you're gonna end up with fucking multi-million-dollar houses and stuff. But
yeah, I mean, he's
still
he
gonna get
teaches
some
dentists
rank
now. He's not even a
proven on you.
dentist. My mate, he went straight through. He didn't even. I think he was a dentist for a couple of years. I got him to do my teeth. I got him to get all the mercury fillings out of my teeth and put them in with like the ones that David
Get
Icke
all the
said
good
were
stuff.
all right. Yeah.
Get all the ceramics in there.
We were into David Icke, me and him at the time. It was around 2012 and all that, and he fucking did the lot for me. But then very quickly he just went into teaching straight off, just went straight through and was like, I think he did some consultancy for a bit and then he was just a teacher, I think. That's him.
Some of those gigs.
So he's on some money now.
Where because you can do it for a few. You're not almost like this work from home stuff. Like you could do a few jobs at once and be on full pay for all of them. Like, especially if you know your shit. Like you're an advocate or a consultant or something like that.
He's been doing it for
pick up a couple of big companies. It's like you might get $100,000 off each of them.
I bet he hasn't put his hand in anyone's mouth for 10 years. I bet.
But yeah, it's funny when I talked about that, and then you said, yeah, your friends are the same thing. Like you're gonna get respect, but you're still sticking your hand in some cunt's mouth.
Yeah, they could still bite your fucking fingers off with their manky, disgusting mouth that he's cleaning.
You and the fucking, you're gonna bite your fingers off. Fucking, you just fucking
sit
over there, licked up.
Same thing, same bloody job, yeah. Same thing.
If I come in and give you your fucking apple juice and toast, you're gonna bite me fingers.
I've got the dentist tomorrow. I won't bite their fingers. Yeah, I'm having the second part of my root canal done.
I fucking hate them.
Fine, not a problem. I can handle it. It's after the pain I was in with that.
I really haven't gone to them very often.
I've never had a root canal in my life. That's the first time I had it, and she was like, "It's going to be bad. Do you want me to just take it out?" I'm like, "No, it's fine." I was like, "I got nutted by my kid like years ago, like when he was a baby, and it was like being hit in the face with a concrete pole." And I was like, "If you're gonna like worry about every single, I'll have no teeth left in my bloody mouth if you take them out."
Yeah, I had root canal, but I was an early teenager, so I really don't remember it that much. But it still would have been fucked. But now I've that same, like, they saved the tooth, but now it's like it's chipped. I've got to get it done again or ripped out. Like it's the same tooth.
Oh,
but really, honestly, like I've seriously been to the dentist like it's about 5 times.
Yeah, I was like that. I used to be like that, and then I think it was because but it's different for blokes because when you have a kid, that their bones get made out of all your calcium, and that's how you end up with osteoporosis and stuff if you don't take your vitamin D. And I think it's vitamin D you take, and I did do that, but I didn't get access to any dentistry the whole time because it was like COVID and I was in a different place, a different country, and they wouldn't let me in because the dentistry here is so shit. So with that, I'd got like a build up, like where I was like, all right, because my teeth were good and I'd hardly ever gone to the dentist, not had many fillings. I'd had them redone with my mate. And then that was it for me. I'd never really had anything other than scale and polish really. And once they sealed it for some sort of reason, like to try out their new fucking, when I was a kid, and that was it. But then it was like the last few years, all that shit from when I had him just came to roost. It all just came to roost and all my teeth just started fucking going, But
so I've had one filling, and that was when I was like a teenager, and I've had that filled twice. Like that. Sorry, it was when I was a kid.
Yeah, mine was an old filling. Yeah, that's fallen out.
It was like one of those shitty ones like you were talking about. And then I remember getting that same one redone when I was a teenager, but with like extra root canal shit.
Wow.
And then
it's a weird feeling, isn't it, having your teeth done?
When I was 20-ish, I fucking had a bad like literally woke up one morning like the whole side of my face was like fucking blown up.
It was probably your wisdom teeth coming through.
No, I've got all my wisdom. I've had them come through.
Yeah. But when you were
no, this was another molar, and it was like I had an infection in it, and like there was just like a small little cavity, and I bit something and a piece came off the side of it.
Yeah, that's what
And it
happened
was
with
all good.
this.
And then seriously, about a month later, it's just like my whole face blew up.
Yeah.
And I had
Wow.
to go get
Oh,
it
you got
ripped.
an infection in the root.
Yeah, I had to like
That's
wait
what
for it
that
to come down,
is.
and then the doctor's like, "Oh, do you want to fucking?" Or the dentist is like, "Do you want to root canal it or rip it?" I'm like, "Fucking rip it. It's gone."
Right. Well, with my wisdom teeth,
And
they
then
were giving
really,
me
the other
shit.
3 dentist visits have been teeth cleans,
Yeah.
and I've had one little chip like fixed up, and
Well,
that
I'm
was at a
hoping
teeth
after
clean.
this, what's happened is because I had the filling fell out of this one, and that's what she did, and that was that thing where the chip came out. But the root canal was actually in another tooth that wasn't actually giving me any jip at all. But it was one that had been fractured when I got headbutted ages ago, and it was fractured all the way down to the root. So she was like, "That one's obviously infected." I'm like, "Really?" Because I can't feel anything. But she was like, "We'll clear it out." So she's doing the root canal, and then now that's happened. That's absolutely fine. I can't feel anything bad in it at all. But now one of my back wisdom teeth on the bottom side, because it was the top ones that were giving me jip, that I was like, take them out, and they just took the back 2 out. But the one down there is giving me a little bit of toothache now, which is really strange. Like, out of all that time, it's never given me anything, and now there's no pain. This one's coming up a little bit, so just weird.
Yeah, no, I had to get a fucking little chip fixed. I got king hit
How
by
did you get
some
the
junkie
chip?
cunt downtown.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I was fucking. It was pretty like, yeah, he fucking
What
dog shot.
happened?
But I was going down to this place, and there was fucking. I'd seen this guy a few times,
Yeah.
and fucking. I'd sit like over like I'd say about a 12-month period. Like I kept seeing this fucking weird looking cunt, and I was like, fucking. If I see this cunt again, I'm fucking taking a photo of him.
Oh my
Because
god.
I keep fucking seeing this cunt, and it's like I'm getting a bit sus on him. Like fuck him, and if anything, I'll smash him anyway. And then fucking, I've done that. Like seen this cunt again, I'm like, right, that's it, and just like walk straight up to this cunt while he's sitting at a bus stop, and just gone like pulled me phone out and
What?
just
How
gone
rude! What a rude
chink,
thing
took
to
me
do.
photo, and he's just like looked up and just like gone sick.
Yeah, man.
And
I
I've
don't
just
blame
like
you.
staunched over him and just gone, fuck off, fucking donkey dog cunt, fucking come up the car park here, I'll fucking kick your fucking Jesus in. And he's fucking just backed down and went back to his bus stop, and I just fucked
Oh
off.
man, why have you done that to him? He's
Because
just
he was a weird looking fucking weird
he's just
cunt.
trying to get through life, man.
Nah, I'm sort of glossing over it, making him sound cooler than what they are. I'm being me in real life. But then about 6 months later, I fucking saw that cunt as I had to go to this other place, and I was like, oh fuck, he's there, and I was just like, oh fuck it, whatever. And I just fucking walked past him, and he's just kind of looked and just like fucking didn't say nothing, but kind of like
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
fuck,
Oh yeah,
that's
we'll
that
remember
cunt,
you.
fucking fuck you, like, and I've just kind of not said nothing, walked in, but then he's fucking either called some cunt up or
Humans, man.
this other fucking weird cunts come down the street with his missus. And when I've come out, there was like the 3 of them now, like
Oh
him,
no, they waited
and
for you.
this other dude
Oh
and this chick.
no.
And I've kind of come out and
Ha!
just like,
Gank on you, mate.
they were like, there was space, and I've kind of just gone my way, like up that side of the car park, like to the
Yeah.
left.
Oh
And they
shit.
were kind of more sitting on the right. And I've kind of like gone, oh, fuck it, like, oh, good, like walked up. And then I've just like, you just choose violence.
Mm,
Like I've just kind
mm.
of walked about 100 meters away and just kind of could have just went and hopped on the bus, and I've just gone, fuck it, it's Tuesday, and just turned around and just like walked back to the 3 of them and they were sitting down on the ground, and I just go, they're like all looking, and like they've all kind of turned to look, and I'm just like,
Oh
the fuck are you looking at,
god.
you fucking junkie cunts, fucking sit down, and just kind of kept walking. And his mates just jumped fucking straight up fucking, and like shaped up and was just like, come on, can't fucking foot, and like come like running up behind us.
Trailer
And
park
I've kind of
boys.
like turned around and I'm just like, fucking sit down, fuck, like, settle, like, you know, fucking, let's go, like, and he's just like bouncing around, fucking, like, he can't, like, fucking let, you know, when some cunt's really shaped. And I'm like, yeah, fucking, go back to your fucking junkie cunt, mate, and fucking sit down, cunt. And he fucking did. And I've like kept walking away, but really, I've walked the wrong way.
Oh
Like,
no.
you know what I mean? Like, I've gone down that way to be a smart ass, but now really I've got to go back the other way to get to the bus. And it's like, fuck me. Like, I've got to do either a full blocky.
I would have gone round the block.
Which would have took like maybe 15 minutes and I would have been late. Or just like walk back. And I'm just like, oh, fuck, here we go. I've like walked back.
Oh, man alive. I would have took
and I'm just like, oh,
late.
no, like, this is like, I look like a dickhead now.
Yeah, you took it too far.
And I've kind of like,
you look like a dickhead now. You look like a dickhead now, right?
Yeah, I think like maybe I'm gonna start looking like a dickhead.
At that point,
and
yeah,
as I've come walking, like I had to go there, so I've walked up, and then they've looked again, and I'm just like,
I don't blame them. Bless their heart. They just wanted to get high, man. They're just like,
yeah, I'm like, yeah, you fucking sit there, cunt.
Oh man,
and I didn't even. He's like literally just.
I bet you couldn't believe the goal of you. He's like, for God's sake, what are you doing?
Yeah, total fucking junkie move. Like, and he's just like popped up behind, like instantly on the spot, and I've just taken a step, and I was like not facing him. Like I've just set it and kept walking.
I bet you thought this guy's asking for it at this point. I
didn't even think to look at him. You know what I mean? Like I just set it and like just turned me back, and literally this cunt's just jumped up and just like.
Yeah, good. Oh, you've gone. I never heard what he did. Your screen's gone black, I think.
Yeah, the screen went black.
So what did he do? He was like, this guy jumped up and...
It was just like literally jumped up. I've taken, like, I was like maybe 2 steps away. And he's just jumped up and fucking swung one. And I've turned around and just seen it. And like, kind of just got clipped. But like, yeah, because it was like just at the end, like I clicked my teeth. And this tiny little chip on my front tooth. But fucking, no, like I ended up fucking, like I had a sore knee. I kind of fell over. And then like as I've gone over, he's like kind of come over and he's like, fucking, you want more? And I've just like basically kicked him fucking into the knee and going like, I'm laying on the ground, cunt. Let me up, you fucking dog. Fucking, but at the same time, like he's sort of swinging a couple. And I'm like, I'm just laying on me back, like just tapping him, but front kicking him in the knee. And I'm like, fucking, I'm on the ground, you fucking dog. And then he's like turned around and fucking, I just like got up and just like, fuck off, fucking wait, fucking dog cunt. And fucking walked off. But yeah, I didn't really get to throw a punch. I thought I won't go.
You got your instant karma though.
Because really, if the 3 of them would have jumped up, like I would have been fucked.
Yeah, the thing is as well, if that had have carried over and you had, you know what I mean, if you look at karma and shit like that, that's like, that guy's done you a favour because that's not, you've not clotted yourself up with that. It's sorted, it's clear, you can move on, laugh about it, both of you.
If they would have sparked up the first couple of times I walked past, like I would have smashed, like, but the third, like, I'm like, fucking hell, like.
But they really obviously weren't picking a fight, were they, really?
Nah, not the third and fourth time, like.
You know what I mean? They were pushed to the limit, those guys. They're just having their own, like, little chat. This guy just keeps coming up to me. It's fucking brilliant. It's like something out of Black Books.
Yeah, it would have been pretty funny to watch, like.
Yeah, on the CCTV.
But
like, what is
the fucking that little front kick to the knee made him fucking second guess some shit too, like. Because I'm laying on the back, like I'm ready to. Don't know. Kinda. I think maybe. I've seen the first dude a few times.
And what's he said? Is it no?
No, it doesn't say shit. Like the dude that I just like walked up and took the snap of.
Oh,
But yeah, nah, fair call. I got a fucking punch in the mouth.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. Was just my kid. I was holding him, and he just moved his head right up, right fast, and I was just. It was stars. It was proper stars, and I was on the.
It's sort of
bed.
probably the best thing was because I had a sore knee at the time. Like, if like I could walk on it, but I could hardly like really bend it. But kind of because
Yeah, well, that'll
I
be
had to
why you were
take a
like
quick
shouting
step,
it.
like that's what gave out.
Yeah,
And I
that'll be
kind of
why
like
you'll have
just
been protecting yourself on the ground when you were shouting on the
kind of,
ground.
well, the whole thing just sort of gave out, and that's what. But then it came good after that. It was just like you know when you need to like crack a bone or something. Like
Yeah,
I don't know.
you
I
know what?
crack all my wrists and
Those guys were pretty decent, to be honest, because he could have just kicked the shit out of you, couldn't he? That guy, while you were lying out prone on the ground. No.
nah. I was about to fucking break both his fucking ankles.
All right. I've got visions of that fucking video with Darius now in my head. The doodle grab.
It's a pretty bad spot to be, like leaning over the top of someone. Like I'm like properly on me back, like, and
like
really I didn't get hit that hard. Like I just got clicked.
Yeah.
And I'm like kind of like blocking, just like slappy these punches. You fucking want to know? I'm like, mate, I'm on the ground, fucking dog cunt, fucking kicking fucking knees and shit. Like, nah, he was gonna get fucking rattled. But it did catch me off guard. Plucky cunt.
Yeah.
It's not often that someone will just jump straight up in the middle of fucking our town, blowing fucking. I'll say fucking we're fucking blowing cunt, fucking
bum fights.
Get back on your fucking train and fuck off, fucking.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you're not even from that area.
Not quite bum fights. This was probably, I'd say, just on 3 years ago.
Oh my god, I've never done that. I've gone up to people and asked them what they're fucking looking at or whatever, or what they're doing. What was it? Someone gave me shit because I was crossing the road. I was jaywalking or something. Or it was like something to do with my kid. And I was just sort of like, oh man. Oh, what was it? I'm just trying to remember.
If only it wasn't so funny online. Like I'd post the photo of like.
I was with my kid and I was walking up the road and this guy said something, but I can't remember what it was. But I remember saying something and my kid was in agreement with me, and it was just one of them. I was like, I shouldn't have done that.
Like I don't know. It kind of, I kept seeing him around, but he had like every kind of thing to do with like gangs all at the same time. And it's like, oh, you fucking posing weird. Like you're a fucking weird cunt. Like, like got like he'd wear like bandanas, but he'd have like a blue one and a red one. And it's like,
oh right, okay,
yeah. And like man, like you just would catch a corner of your eye. It's like, oh fucking, that's that weird cunt again. Like, fucking rightio, that's like random appearance number 15. Like,
see, if I saw someone like that, I'd be like, oh, look, that's a time traveller or something, and just be like that. I wouldn't think, oh, I'm going to go and start some shit with that person. I wouldn't think it.
Didn't think that immediately.
But it's just a connection, and it's a communication of sorts, I suppose. But I was remembering one of the ones, like when I was younger, when I did used to kick off at people, it was when I was a student and when it was like student lads. And they can be right dickheads and stuff. So I might have been like a couple of years older and I'd just be like putting them in their place all the fucking time. And there was this one time I was walking up the road and I'd just been to get some cat litter from the shop. No, some hamster litter. I didn't even have a cat then, I had a hamster. And these guys had been like, "Ray!" and shouting stuff out the window. And they had to stop then at the lights. So I got my fucking bag of cat litter and I just whacked it into their fucking back windscreen. And it didn't go through or anything, but I didn't know, and then they just were like, oh, and then they drove off. That's probably the most reactive thing I've ever done.
Wasn't that kind of like Rick Mayall's character for the early parts, like in Young Ones, and like sort of like almost Bottom a bit as well? Like, wasn't he being like a university student?
Oh, he was a sociology student, wasn't he? In the Young Ones, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Sociology or something he was doing.
or some sort of like a uni, like
Yeah, yeah.
wasn't that kind of his angle, like how he
It was
kind of
all
was,
like socialism and stuff from his angle. He was like the Citizen Smith type thing, but
isn't that like
in
how
Bottom he's not. In Bottom he's not like that. In Bottom he's just like a really. He's just like
he's just a bit older.
a neat. He's like someone who's just literally like lived just a complete bottom crawling, scum sucking, just incel.
I like that one, but I don't like that dude when he's bald. For some like I don't know, like
Ade Edmondson.
yeah,
Oh,
I thought he was like so much better as like Viv. Like
yeah, oh yeah.
I didn't even recognize him. Like I'm like, it's not it. Like, but it's just the like the mouth you can recognize sometimes.
Apparently, I heard that Ade Edmondson didn't really. At some point, this is a while ago, I heard this. He might change his mind, but I don't think he really enjoyed the Young Ones that much, from what I heard. Possibly.
I swear I saw that little dude pop up somewhere.
Oh, he's in loads of stuff.
Not even that long ago.
Yeah, he's like an actor, isn't he? He's in actual films. He's in loads of stuff.
I don't know. He's seriously only about
Little, what's his name? He's in fucking what's it? Little Mickey Hedgehog or whatever, isn't he? He's in Bottom, isn't he?
There was some movie I was watching just the other night, and he was like, just
Dave
done his like
Hedgehog.
little 1 minute appearance. Like
he's in Absolutely Fabulous. He's one of the dads, isn't he? In Absolutely Fabulous as well.
I was a funny age for that.
Mate, if you get chance, it's online. I think honestly, it is very good quality stuff. It's very good.
Yeah, I realize it probably was, but like I was like 20 something when that was around.
I watched a lot of
watching it.
That. I wasn't watching it at the time. My friend who was a couple of years younger was, because she was a bit more in the house. I was the same, but I did get to see a lot of it because it was in the UK, and obviously loads of the specials, and watched a lot of it back. But man, it's so good. It's so deep. There's so much going on with it. Honestly, it's so good.
Yeah. We had our own kind of one of it. And it was the same for that. Like I didn't watch that really at the time. But you knew it was funny. Like you did see bits and pieces of it, and like was funny.
Everyone watched it over here because it came straight after French and Saunders, and French and Saunders was that was when everything was like, we used to have that good comedy.
We had French and Saunders for a while too.
Fucking cool. And like the old Lenny Henry as well. It was right good.
And see, I had Foxtel, so I had a couple of other they didn't. It was like they would be on for like a year or two, and then you never saw them again. Like say the Jim Tavares show, or fucking just like random. I don't know. There's a little gay fella. I'm thinking like, well, you had the Graham Norton show and stuff. Like,
yeah. Oh no, it'd all gone by then.
Yeah, but it was just
it was a bit of Father Ted. I think it all died with Father Ted.
Well, Foxtel was different to our like pay, our normal television that had heaps of UK stuff. But French and Saunders, like, yeah, but like we did have a version of that. Absolutely fabulous, like that. Kath and Kim was pretty much similar to that.
Oh, Kath and Kim. Now that is one that I missed most of that, but what I saw of it was, oh my god, yeah, very similar, but like very different.
Yeah.
Oh my god, so good, so fucking good, absolute genius. Yeah. Oh god, I'd forgotten about that.
It's definitely not absolutely fabulous.
What I saw of Kath and Kim, I saw mainly on come downs up after raving. Is when I'd see it, because like they'd be like watching it because it was around that time, and I'd come to my friend's house and she'd put it on for like hours after. And so I have seen it, but I have not seen it as well. Do you know what I mean? It was
that was the same. Like when that was on TV, like there was no way I was watching that. Like
yeah, exactly.
Just the age bracket I was. It's just like it was
just my friend putting it on the computer afterwards, like after raves and stuff. Fucking, that was right good there. That same level of depth, same level of quality, definitely the same level of quality, but like definitely explored in a completely different way. I mean, I don't think there's a laugh track even on Kath and Kim. Is there?
No, it's like a proper show.
It's done in a proper way, yeah. So I don't, but like absolutely fabulous. I think has got a laugh track and it's very formulaic, but
well, like it's live, isn't it?
oh yeah, live. Well, whatever. Yeah, was it live? I didn't even know. Was it live?
I
That?
think it is.
Wow. I didn't know that was live.
Yeah, I think they still do that for some TV, don't they?
I didn't know they did it. I didn't even know it was a thing anymore at all. I didn't know that was live. Maybe bits of it.
Maybe. It's been a while. It was a while ago.
Could well be. But either way, it completely changes it, doesn't it? And there's just so much going on with the story and the characters and stuff. But because it's done in this formulaic sort of cheery sort of a way, it makes it cooler. You know, I don't know. It's very good. I'd highly recommend it. The stuff with Patsy is just fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, fucking. I haven't watched much TV for ages.
No, that's
I was
it.
bouncing through some Netflix, but
I want to watch Stop It and Tidy It with my kid all the way through. We haven't seen them all yet. All the monsters. Do you remember that?
no.
It had Terry Wogan. Oh no, it's right good. It's a proper 80s thing. If you didn't watch it, it's not going to be interesting. But all my kids into this new game. Well, not new. I think it's been going a while. It's just like monsters, and they all make music. So I wanted to show him the 80s version.
Yeah, no, I fucking fully don't remember that.
No, they all had different noises. The best one was the Valley of the Sit Downs. It was trippy as fuck. So there was like behave, be quiet. They were bees, obviously, and then there was wash your face.
What was the actual show called? Monsters.
It was called Stop It and Tidy Up, and it was made by the I think it's by the same people who did things like Count Duckula and shit like that. But or the same studio anyway. It wasn't the same animators. But I think it was paid for by our council. It was paid for by the government. Like it was like a Clean Up Britain money went into it.
Oh shit! Yeah, no,
So
don't know.
it was one of those, but it's right good. It's fucking right good. It's a right little thing. Yeah, I'll send you a link to that as well. What was the other thing? Oh, Stuart Millard. Fucking hell.
See, that's one I haven't seen that for fucking years. Count Duckula.
No.
I swear, I still remember that theme where it's like a techno fucking intro.
And then the outro is different. It's got a different one. I watched it religiously as a kid. Oh man, I know it very well. I should have had something to put it on for my kid at Halloween. It's a proper good Halloween thing. That we had a video of it when I was a kid. See, that's the thing, isn't it? Instead of watching a video of something,
he's scared of everything in his castle and shit. Eh, like
yeah, and he had a teleporting castle, didn't they?
Yeah, it's the castle. Like
yeah, the castle's running everything, and they're all just the puppets of the castle, aren't they? And his butler is he kind of orchestrates the whole thing and operates him and handles him and does all this stuff.
He's not really into any of it. Like,
but the butler is also the puppet of the castle, so the castle runs it all.
Yeah, that's what fuck, it's been
and the castle moves where it wants, and the people inside the castle are just the things that the castle are playing with. It's right good. All that shit from the 80s, it was good shit in it.
Even like it's weird how the different animations between like animation start like themes and stuff between like different countries. Like that was a UK one, I think, but it had like funny. Some of those, it's like they can get them done in different countries, but it's like the voices. It wasn't all UK sounding, was it?
What, in Count Duckula?
Yeah.
I think fucking what's his name did all the voices. I think David Jason did literally every voice in that. I think I might be wrong. And David Jason's Del Boy from Only Fools and Horses, and Granville from the Open All Hours that Buttocks likes. And he did the voices for them all, I think. On there.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
Yeah, man. I loved that whole studio did loads of good stuff. They did Nightmare as well. So it was always my favourite as a kid.
I remember that one. But
yeah. But I'm gonna go and prize my kid off now because he's had his time on the YouTubes, watching his people playing games, people playing phone games or whatever it is he's watching.
was gonna say, did you see how long that last stream lasted for?
Oh
Fucking,
my god!
I
was
just
like, it's
left
never
it
gonna get
going.
back.
Like, pretty much as soon as like everything finished, like I've just taken the headset out of the ear, fucking thrown that, and then like didn't close it, but just left it. Usually it only lasts like an hour or so, half an hour sometimes a couple of hours.
Oh, it just
But
lasted on its own that long.
I've literally just left my phone and come back the next morning, and fucking, I was like, oh, hang on, like this, like someone had just like typed, and I
Yeah,
was like, oh, what the fuck, like,
I
oh
didn't go
shit,
back
like
to find out what happened, like all the chat before it went, because I went back I think once or twice, and then I saw it was going, and I was like, kept thinking, oh, I'll go back and see that or whatever, or
it looked
expecting
like
it to finish.
I couldn't scroll back, like it almost looked like it had reset itself. But I don't know, like that could have just been because it was hours and hours.
I wonder if it's because you'd left it for so long beforehand before.
Oh fuck no! Or maybe like there could have been someone sitting in there, and then that's what doesn't close it.
Maybe. Nah, surely not. Sure, that doesn't make any difference.
I don't know. Usually it just sort of times out when there's nothing happening.
If there's someone in the backstage, you mean?
There could have been That's what. Yeah, maybe there was like someone was lurking, and it just stayed open because of that. Like
maybe. Yeah, maybe.
And there were all those dudes hanging around. So yeah, fuck no.
Oh my god. Listening
Because
to
a
you,
lot
did
of
you have
the
your natural
times it
night
doesn't
muted?
It's sometimes and it's not even the same time.
It was probably
every
Bob with
time,
his
like,
recorder out, just checking in case he could get anything. Just left it running in case anything came, in case you might got knocked on or anything like that.
it's all like he's like caught in his own inception where he's recording it, but it's only staying open because he's recording it.
Yeah.
So the longer you record
Wow.
it, the longer it stays there.
There's something definitely in that.
Imagine if it was that sort of a loop. It sounds like you're getting called to attention.
I am. I'm getting called to attention now. That's my Sunday starting. But thanks for the chat. It was lovely.
This all day, so peace out.
All right. See you later, Gooden.
All right. Have a good one.
All right. Bye.
All right. And we're back with smoking cones with Red Bull on a Sunday. So you know what? Time for a coffee. Just coming off these night shifts, it's like your body clock's all fucking wacky. But if I fall asleep, I'll wake up in the middle of the morning. Like, yeah, it sucks. But here we go. So just turn the coffee machine on. That takes about 60 seconds to heat up. Still got heaps of water in it. Let's get some beans. I don't weigh it, but that's about 8 seconds on my grinder. A good 5 seconds, and then a 3, and I tamp it. So the machine's just now ready to go. Put a couple of sugars in. 3.5 of those cuts. Now we're about to do what not every coffee machine does. Is pour your shot and do your milk. So we'll hit the shot, and yeah, you'll hear it. Right, so my shot's poured. That took 25 seconds. It actually gives you a timer on the machine. So yeah, that was 25 seconds, which is pretty good. Now I'm still steaming the milk. So you heard me let in a little bit of air like that earlier. I don't mind if it's fluffy. Now we'll just get back to silking it. So you want that nice and quiet. But there's not a lot of coffee machines that you can pour shots and do milk, well, without spending thousands. It's a fucking beauty. So now my milk's just coming up to hot. Beautiful. There we go. One nice coffee shot, one nice jug of milk. Blast your wand out. Off we go. Stir your sugar in a little bit. Stir that on the coffee shot before you put your milk in. Now stir your cup, swirl that, swirl your milk, and pour. You should end up with a leaf. And I didn't. There you go. One flat white. Ah, beautiful.